So today I am doing another site change on Kaylin. I'm going to spare going through all of this again and how I fill it, because I did that in my last video and it's very long. But I just wanted to actually talk about why I'm changing it again. It's not really quite time yet. Usually you change every 48 hours. I will often let it go 3 days if the site is working well and if she's staying in a normal range and she doesn't have any sort of pain or anything and has plenty of insulin left, because she doesn't require that much insulin, so we end up throwing a lot out just based upon the minimum requirement of the pump that's in it. So anyway, but it's only been a day and a half. I'm changing it because she has been running higher than normal, and the insulin is working, and I say that because it will eventually bring her down, but it's showing up as insulin resistance, meaning the insulin is supposed to start working within about 15 minutes, and then it peaks between 1 and 1.5 hours. So that's when you should see a significant decline. And within a couple of hours of eating, she should be back sort of to where she was. But yesterday, after changing her pump site the night before, she started to, the insulin, it would take about 3 to 4 hours in her body before it would even start to work. So she would eat, she would spike to 300, sit there for a bit, and then eventually come back down in time to get more insulin and have her next meal. That screams insulin resistance, meaning the insulin is there, it's just for some reason taking longer. That can be several reasons. One of them can be insulin that is old. I find even though this insulin is supposed to last for 28 days, it doesn't. It usually is good, meaning working to the appropriate efficacy, about 14 to maybe 20 days, usually a couple weeks. It was on day 17 when I put it in. Today it's on day 19, and I'm just seeing it not working as well. It may not be the insulin at all. There is absolutely no way for me to know for sure. It could be hormones. When women have their monthly cycle and they are in their week of menstruation, actually, and slightly before that, when their progesterone goes up, progesterone makes you insulin resistant. That's where gestational diabetes comes in. Because when you're pregnant, your progesterone goes up too. So sometimes it's that human growth hormone when they're having a growth spurt. That greatly impacts insulin resistance as well. And it could be like stress. So adrenaline makes you run higher. Could also be she's sick, she's a little bit congested. Could be a lot of things, but I can't fix her. We tested her progesterone this morning. She's actually normal. So, and I'll do a whole other video on testing progesterone and how we do that, because there's a different device that's completely unrelated to diabetes. But she's normal there. I can't control growth hormones and test for all of that stuff. The only thing I can do is change her insulin to a new vial that I pulled out from the refrigerator 2 days ago when I changed her insulin the last time. And so I'm going to do that today, put it on a new site, and then we will see if that helps. If not, then that tells me that it's just her body and there's not much we can do about it. Or if it does, then it tells me it was the insulin. So that is what I am doing now. And I am going to finish up the cartridge, and then I'm going to come back when I do her site change just to show how I do it on her leg today.